On day 22, you've been through the 3 weeks, you built the habit, and as part of your first thing in the morning strategy, you start prompting AI with some strategic questions on how to improve your business processes. Wait, stop. Did I just hear you say, I know you're thinking this, don't ask AI to do anything until day 22? Yes. I'm saying day 1 to day 21 is for you and that person, or whatever that person's responsible for in that process, to figure out as a habit every day and start making those changes and get better, at least 5 seconds better, each particular improvement, every little piece for 3 weeks. Are you going to get better as a company? Yes. Absolutely. You're going to get better. You're going to make more money. You're going to be more efficient. It's going to happen. Now we start, after that, prompting artificial intelligence, our little AI robots, to help us. How are we going to get helped? Because we just built up a 21-day habit of asking the right questions on how to get better, and now we know the right questions to ask a robot, an artificial intelligence, on how to help us better. On day 1, we wouldn't have known what to ask. AI is only as good as what you ask, the questions, the prompts you get asked for them to do. So day 22 is going to be a lot better. You're going to get better, and you're going to learn some strategic questions. Maybe even ask AI, what questions should you be asking on how to get better? There's all kinds of fun ways you can participate and start learning. But at the start of every single day, for the first 30 minutes, you are now using AI as your tool. And all the way, the last step on this is to get to day 30. And then you'll start using some advanced AI prompts. If ever there's a saying or a phrase that applies to something significant that's going on, it's that phrase. It's right here and right now. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man and king, that applies to Bitcoin in my view. You don't have to know everything about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a big topic. It's simple and it's complex all at the same time. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to have it all figured out. I recommend you go put in some work so you know how to best buy and best secure your Bitcoin when you get it, but you can figure it out and learn along the way. You can get Bitcoin now. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. You just have to know a little bit. It's more than 99% of everybody else. They haven't bought Bitcoin. You're going to be light years ahead of them. So I would implore you not to think Bitcoin is some big, overwhelming, oh no, I'm going to make a mistake. Oh, no, you're not going to make a mistake. Just follow some basic buying Bitcoin on a Bitcoin-only exchange. Many of them out there, they're really good. And just follow their videos, get your Bitcoin, secure it on your own wallet, on your own person, and make it so follow the basic protocols for not letting anybody have access to anything related to your passcodes or your phrases that are keep your wallet yours and not anybody else's, and never give anybody any of your stuff. It's just simple, makes complete sense next steps for you to do this, and you do not need some high-level person that's a Bitcoin guy to come in and tell you how to do it. It's just not needed. And just follow some basic steps, and you are well on your way to doing just fine. I think there's a lot of people that just don't believe in themselves, and they just need to have somebody else's voice remind them that they really can do it. And Zig Ziglar was that person for me. At some point, you have got to step out and get your feet wet. You can't just sit behind the wheel and listen to the motivational tapes or the how to close a sale tapes. You can't just listen to people talk. Actually, the best way to learn is to go do something. So one of the things that Zig taught me, and I'm going to give you a couple of 4 or 5 quotes, and these were powerful for me, but these are not the only ones. One of the things that Zig said was, failure is an event, not a person. And we all are scared. We all have fear, some version of it, the fear of failure. And Zig taught me as a young man, so what? So what the guy didn't buy? So what the person shut you off? So what you didn't get the job? It's an event. It's not me. I'm not a failure. I mean, if anything, they messed up by not hiring me. I am not a failure. The thing that happened didn't work. Push next and go to the next thing. You can't just learn that from a tape or a book. You got to go do it. What's my biggest lesson? What am I trying to get across to you? My biggest lesson was, I don't care what situation you're in, everybody gets stuck. You have to start moving, get in motion. It may not be the most productive motion, it may not be the greatest motion. Start moving in the direction that you think it would be best. One last thing before we finish out. I cannot do a video without saying the word Bitcoin. And if you don't know anything about Bitcoin, it would be a huge mistake for me to say to you, oh, don't worry about it. Just stay like you are, stay stuck. No. Get in motion on that topic. Bitcoin is a real thing. Bitcoin is not going away. It is the future. And it would be a huge mistake if you chose just to push it aside. Pick your number wisely. Why do I say that? Because you're going to hit it. You're going to orchestrate your business around that number. You're going to choose what it takes. When you got to do something, you're going to choose what it takes. I knew I needed to make a certain amount of sales every week, every month, at a certain period of time in order to hit this number. I knew it was just math. All growing a business is math and emotions. Okay, you got to emotionally get customers and clients to pay attention to you and to buy your stuff. You deliver it to them, they're excited for you, they word of mouth it, and you make them. If the math is right, you're charging the right numbers and you've got the right profit levels. It's all business is math and emotions. Here's the dirty little secret that entrepreneurs don't account for. What people running a business, entrepreneurs do not consider is client acquisition and how much it actually costs. Half or more of your money on a given month is supposed to be going to getting more customers, marketing, growing the company, growing the business. The more you can spend to get a customer, if you can outspend your competition on client acquisition, you're going to win. You will win. A lot of entrepreneurs don't think about that. So when they pick their number, they're not considering the marketing, the money that goes into acquisition. You've picked the wrong number. Chances are you need to double your number. Many, many, many business owners don't hit their number, their passive income number, is because they're shooting at the wrong target. They aren't they're out of touch with what it takes. And if they really want to have $20,000 passively coming in each month, which means $240,000 a year, to get that, to make that money, you need $2.4 million at 10% to produce that. So what are you going to go do that makes 10% to get that 2.4 mil? I got some suggestions. We talked about a few of them before. There is this thing called Bitcoin. There is this thing that makes more than 10% a year. There is this thing that is growing that you can leverage. Just saying. Not saying it's the only thing out there, but it's a good one. Some Bitcoin people don't want to leverage. They just want to, they don't want to use a third party, a bank to, to leverage. You can leverage your Bitcoin to buy a house, buy life insurance. You can use your Bitcoin to do all kinds of stuff. But some people don't do that. They just want to take their Bitcoin. They don't trust other parties, and they just want to hold on to their own Bitcoin. That's fine. But if you're okay with leveraging out and having another party pay you for holding that Bitcoin, you can make a nice passive income number. And each year that goes by, they'll be more and more competitive, and more banks will be in this business, and you'll see what happens as time goes on. But this is a beautiful way to have money coming in, paying for your lifestyle, whatever you want, whatever number you picked. And it's a heck of a lot easier than renters and fixing up a house and trying to figure out the company that you're running and if the management team is doing what they're supposed to, and the software getting beat out by another software company. I mean, there's a lot of other good passive income ways to generate money, but Bitcoin sure seems like an easy option versus all the other ones. I want you to think differently in this way. I know you're making money, and I know you are in the blank business, like whatever business you do. You're in the plumbing business, you're in the florist business, you're in the ad agency business. Whatever you do, I know you do that for your business. However, there are other savvy business owners right now that are taking money and they are buying Bitcoin from the revenue from their company, and they are holding Bitcoin behind the scenes, and nobody knows it, but they are in the Bitcoin business. They are buying Bitcoin with revenues each day, each week, each month, and they are buying it and holding it and keeping it on their business books. And they're going to be one of the most valuable businesses in their industry because they're doing this and they're exponentially growing when their competition is just doing the same old business. They have no idea that the business behind this business is Bitcoin. Could you do that? Absolutely, you can do that. Bitcoin is the most simple but profound idea that's going to change your life forever. Buying and securing Bitcoin is actually easy to execute. Explaining your new strategy is not complicated to communicate. The cool thing is, you'll never stop discovering additional benefits of Bitcoin. The rabbit hole goes on forever. Bitcoin will make your life better forever. Once Steve Jobs died, there was a bunch of good movies that people made about him. There's a scene in one of them, I forget which one it was, but Wozniak is complaining, why is everybody worshiping you? Why do they always think you're the genius? You don't know a thing about circuit boards. You don't know about computers. You don't know about how the phone works. You don't know how this and that and all of that. And he goes, we do that. We invented it. We work on that. But everybody looks at you as you're the genius. Why is that? And one of the best lines in the movie, Steve Jobs goes, because I play the orchestra. It's like, what? What? He goes, you play the tuba, and you play a good tuba. And such, the other guy, he plays a great saxophone. And such, they do percussion really well. I'm the orchestra leader. Okay, I play the orchestra. Somebody has to be in charge and make sure everybody's doing their part. You could be in the Bitcoin business. You could be in the Bitcoin business. This is easy for the owner to do, to make sure that there's more cash flow coming in each day, each week, and you take some percentage that you're happy with, pull it out, and invest in Bitcoin. Your business invests in Bitcoin. And as that Bitcoin grows passively, will grow. Your business will be more valuable and more valuable and more valuable. And all you're doing is making sure that this very high exponential growing asset that's going to make you wealthy more and more of that gets put into your business while everybody else is running the business. Getting customers, delivering products, making sure customers are happy. That can be your new business. That's the Bitcoin business. And more and more and more, this is the way of the future. More and more people that run businesses, run entrepreneurial ventures, they are seeing the light and they're seeing that Bitcoin is the way to go. And so they, as the owner, are taking their time to acquire, self-custody, put it away in the business, and now they are off to the races. There's more to life than that. There is more to life than having a successful business. There's more to life than a lot of things that you put on the list. I talk about Bitcoin a lot in my videos. I love Bitcoin as an investment, as a monetary tool. Bitcoin is not a god. Bitcoin is a technology. It's a monetary mechanism that is amazing in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of good things that happen as a result of you being in ownership of Bitcoin and being a part of the Bitcoin standard. Some people make Bitcoin their god. No. Some people they put Bitcoin up on this pedestal as like the savior, going to save the world. No, that's not the deal. It's not going to happen. Bitcoin is a great tool. The key to your business, do I want you to buy Bitcoin and invest in you? Yes, do it. And if our company can help you do that, great. We want to see that happen. But there's a lever in you are the lever. Like, you are success of your business, success as an entrepreneurial venture, great. Make money, buy Bitcoin, awesome. But at the end of the day, you got to put your head down on the pillow and sleep. And you got to wake up and have peace of mind. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? If these are questions that you are asking yourself, if you are constantly bombarded with, it's almost like you're being antagonized by, there has to be something more. There has to be something that I can be a part of or do. There has to be something more. I've made millions of dollars. Everybody thinks I'm the best at this, and this, and I still feel empty. Well, there's probably a reason for that. And Bitcoin ain't going to fix that. Bitcoin will not put that hole that you feel in your heart, does not fit. It doesn't make you whole. It does a lot of other cool things. It doesn't make you whole, though. The one thing I want to leave you, I want you to contact our office through the links below. I want you to inquire on our support desk. I want you to say, something's wrong. I am successful, or I'm not successful, or something's not right. I don't understand how all this works. I have been buying Bitcoin, like you said, and I still feel empty inside. If all those things are true, and if you just have questions or you're curious and you think there's something bigger than yourself going on, you'd be right. There is something bigger going on. There is something bigger. And if you would like somebody to talk to you about what that is and help guide you down a path that might be beneficial for you to look at, nobody's forcing anybody to do anything, but if you want to look at ways that I personally live my life and I can wake up in the morning and I feel good, I am at a place where I thank God that I'm His, that Jesus actually took me, the worst of me, and made me whole. He actually died on a cross for me. And I get to live forever with Him because of what He did for me. And I have peace about that. I don't want to tell anybody about my faith or any of that unless they're interested, unless they want to hear. And so if you want to hear my story, I actually have a a recording that I can send you, and you have to ask for it, and you can get it through our support desk. And just send in a note saying, I'm interested to hear Chauncey's story about faith and about real success in life, and we'll be happy to send it to you. And if you like it, not like it, whatever, we're just happy to have it go out. If it answers some questions for you, great. If we can help you on ongoing things, great. And if not, that's fine too. But I just wanted to leave you with that because there is something bigger going on. At the end of the day, it's bigger than Bitcoin, and it's bigger than a lot of these other things we talk about. I love business and I love Bitcoin, but there's something bigger going on. And if you want to hear what my version of what I think that is, because it has helped me immensely in my life, I'm happy to share it.